Good evening, everyone. I hope you can all hear me. Please, if you can hear me, just unmute yourself and say yes, you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. It's great to be here this evening, and it's nice to have you guys around, both online and offline. We're talking about UI, UX design, and front-end architecture. There are a lot of acronyms there. What do we mean by UI? I don't want to bore you with a lot of stories, so I'll be going straight to the point. What do we mean by UI? What do we mean by UX?
UI and UX architecture is just like I want to take yourself as a construction engineer, like an architect that is trying to build a house. So you know the state of the art of everything, the building, the kind of wood they use now. And if you look at the new buildings, like not all this burglary proof, I'm not sure they have it in all these new buildings again. There are ways it is structured that it is neater and cleaner than this. So, but when they built Wesley Uni lab, this was the state of the art at that time. So, but you as an engineer, you know the state of the art. So, when somebody brings in a problem for you, you know the kind of tools and everything to use. So, that is just an overview of what I've been saying. So, the foundation of UI and UX design. Before we start anything, before you start any building, don't forget I told you to see yourself like an engineer. Before you start any building, the first thing you do is what do? You clear the bush, isn't it? If you place the bush in place and you start making foundation. And if your foundation is faulty, the building on it will be what? Will be bad. So you have to make sure your foundation is perfect. So when talking about UI and UX design, the foundation, there's what we call wireframe. Wireframe is a two-dimensional illustration of a page or an interface. Don't worry, you can get the slide, so you need to know how to write. Just listen and be going ahead with me. So interface that specifically focuses on space allocation and prioritization of content. Now, what are you trying to do? You're trying, irrespective of the design that you're trying to do, you're trying to send out a message, either in graphical form or in writing form. So now, the wireframe is in two-dimensional. What is two-dimensional? X, Y. Don't forget your cartoon, your first generation of cartoon, that is your Tom and Jerry. And most of us actually watch Tom and Jerry. It is different from, have you watched Papa Coco, Mama Coco cartoon? Who has watched Coco cartoon? If you've not watched Coco, have you watched Panda? Panda is a three-dimensional because the images are actually looking like real person. They're actually looking like Mabel. If you see Mabel in cartoon form, it's actually looking like Mabel. Mabel is not looking like cartoon. You understand? It's not looking like Tom and Jerry. So it is actually, so the wireframe is a two-dimensional that focuses basically on the writing. After the writing, then it doesn't give in-depth details. No color, nothing. So that is where it started from. That is the foundation. Wireframe actually serves a lot of purpose. One, it connects the site information architecture to its visual design. Two, it clarifies the consistent way for displaying particular types of information and so on, without taking so much time. But there are some major questions that will be going through your mind, because when I was trying to see more about this slide, those are the first question that actually came to my mind is I was asking my organization that what is UI, what is UX? I said that is in slide 2. So that means I'm in spirit. I don't know, maybe you are in spirit too. So maybe you have those questions in mind. So these are the major questions that you should have in mind now. Then as time goes on during the course of this slide, I'm optimistic and I'm very sure that all these questions will be answered, and you will have a lot of questions too, which you will answer some yourself and will answer most of them here. So what is UI? Like I said, UI, we just say UI. UI is user interface. You are seeing me now. Your eyes is allowing you to see me. So the interface you are seeing now, it's not necessarily the fact that you see inside of you, okay, like the building. If you are seeing this building now, what is the user interface? This is purple. You are seeing the purple and everything. So, and if you get to another lab, probably maybe another university in Oxford, you'll be like, no, Oxford University lab is very, very beautiful. Because of what? The user interface. Because of the things, how they were able to design it, how they were able to make it very beautiful. Look at the image there. Look at it now. That's the Windows user interface, like probably Windows 10. So if you press the menu, you know that if you press the start menu on Windows 7, it's actually different from if you press the start menu on Windows 8. So they've changed the user interface to allow you to communicate more, to allow you to relate more. So user interface is the point at which human user interacts with a computer website or application. And what is the goal of user interface? It is for you as a user to have minimum uh, desired is to have minimum effort and maximum desired output. Do you understand? Minimum effort in operation for maximum satisfaction in achieving what you want to achieve. Look at it now. If I want to go to menu, and I'm looking for menu, where's menu? Where's menu? It will be difficult. So, but if I'm just able to get menu on the top of a button or on the screen, I've had maximum satisfaction with little stress. So UX.
What do we mean by UX? UX means user experience. User what? User experience. So how what is really different between user interface and user experience? Look at it now. Sometimes, like I told you, that you should visualize everything like a building, because we're actually trying to construct something here. Please, if I'm too fast, let me know for those people that are online. So we are actually trying to construct something here. Let's assume this building is what we are trying to construct. And our experience, how is your experience like? If you go to an hotel and you are using an hotel, immediately you lodge, they say, welcome, sir. Thank you for using our hotel. When you're leaving, I hope you enjoyed your stay. But let's think, let's maybe you were bitten by mosquitoes, and when you were sleeping, rat was passing on your head. If they ask you that question, I hope you enjoyed your stay, what would you say? No, I did not enjoy my stay. Mosquito, rat, all those things, you start giving excuses and everything. Do you understand? But the fact that you are able to sleep in a state of the art hotel, and there is full AC, nothing like mosquito. In fact, when you needed hot water came out, like you be like, wow, I would really love to come here again. Do you understand? So that is what we mean by user experience. That means you as the person using it, not as, don't forget, you are a user using it, not the person that developed it. You as the person that is using it, is it easy for you to use the system? Is it easy for you to navigate around? Like when you get to some website, you'll be looking for login self, you'll be tired. But in some other places, you can easily locate login, you can easily locate some other things too. So that is what we mean by user experience. User experience refers to the quality of the user's interaction. What is the quality with the interaction with the system? So now, front-end architecture, you'll be thinking, what is user interface, what is user experience, what is front-end architecture again? I don't want to take you like a computer scientist, because I know that almost everybody, most of the people here are not computer science, so that is why I'm referring to a building. So front-end architecture, don't forget you've consulted me to come and build a building for you, and I tell you I would build it very well for you. I use this section of a building has 4 sections, isn't it? Length, breadth, the other length, and the other breadth again. Now, the first length, I feel I want to really impress you as you that brought the job. Now I use bamboo. The breadth, I use block. The other side, I use glasses. The last one, then I just left it open. So that is front-end architecture, is a collection of tools and processes that aim to improve the quality of front-end code. The code, everything at the end of the day still results to a code. Everything at the end that I did now still resulted to what? A building, isn't it? But I've used different tools. Bamboo, mud block, glass, I left it open. At the end of the day, what did I achieve? A building, isn't it? But I've used different idea just to achieve that building. So that is front-end architecture. It is using different tools. Now, what are the different tools that we use now? Graphics. What are the tools in developing a graphics? If you want to come up with a good graphics, you can use Photoshop, isn't it? You can use eDraw, you can use, so depending on what you want to do. Now, and CSS, what is CSS? What does CSS does? It is used in styling the page, a web page, isn't it? Now, and we have this thing again. We have JavaScript. What does JavaScript do? It helps in beautifying the page too. But if you want to have something like an animated image walking or crawling on your website, okay, walking or crawling on your website, you have to use something like JavaScript. Those are the different tools. At the end of the day, what are we doing? We are trying to achieve a particular purpose. That is just why I use different examples. That is front-end architecture. By now, I feel you should be able to differentiate between user interface, user experience, and front-end architecture. Like, you know that there are three different things, isn't it? But at the end of the day, what are they achieving? They're achieving a particular purpose, which is to build something. So, but what are your skill sets? You may be thinking, man, I'm not sure I can do this. This is too complicated. This is too comprehensive. What are the skill sets you need in actually achieving this? They are really not big deals. Those are the things we've always been achieving. That is our passion for it. If you have good passion for it, there are some people that have passion that they can pay attention to the minute details. What are the minute details? Like if you are into photography now, they will tell a cockroach can be in that place. They will snap it in such a way that you will see the beauty in it. So that is the passion. That's where the passion comes in. But me, as somebody that don't have interest in photography, if I see cockroach there, I won't know there is a beauty in it if I snap it. So because I just like, kill that cockroach, kill that cockroach. That is what I will be after. So ability to gather user experience. I may just come and meet you. Sorry, have you used our website? How do you feel? Is it okay? No, it's not okay. It's not okay. Okay, no wahala. I'm gathering experiences like that. Do you understand? So that I will be able to build on it and make it a better one. You will think like a user, not a developer. If you are a developer and you want to develop something and you want to develop it in the way you will think, in fact, people cannot visit your website because it will be so boring. But you have to think like a user. So you still get the slide. So let me just run through. Wireframing. There's one thing we call wireframing. It's a 2D skeletal structure of a web page or application. 2D skeleton, XY, don't forget. Like I told you, Tom and Jerry the other time. So now we have, why do we wireframe? We are trying to measure how the user will interact with the interface, the process flow. Before you do anything, I want to create a system, a login system. The first thing is to check, go to the home page. From the home page, I will go to the login. I'll click on login, and it will go to login. So that is just all about wireframing. You have to the flow from one point to the other. That is what you are trying to visualize. So it is not important there is image, there is all those things in it. So we have different types of wireframing. We have the low fidelity, the mid fidelity, and high fidelity. Like I said, the low is a rough sketch. It is useful when a quick conversation with the client. Like now, you just quickly draw out something for the client to know that you have a good understanding of what he is saying. The mid, you sit down, you start drawing the flow, all those things. Then the last one, you start attaching image, start doing the pseudo code, start developing how you want it to be precisely. So look at this now, the low fidelity. And one way or the other, if you've designed something before, you should be able to do this. Like you would have done this before. Okay, this is the login, this is the home. Then you can tell the user that, okay, from login, it will go to home. From the home, it will go to search, like that. So you don't have to give the user the in-depth details, but you're just trying to sketch something out so that you know that, okay, this person understands. Then the mid fidelity, look at it now. It still does not contain extreme, but it's just trying to tell you, okay, this is how it will be and this is how it will be. Then the high fidelity, you are trying to show it the way it will be when the people are using it. So these are some professional trips. Wireframes are traditionally created in grayscale. So designers often play around while shading. You just shade so that you can have a very big picture of it and how it can be like. In high fidelity wireframes, designers may occasionally use colors for it to be more beautiful. So what are the tools for wireframing? We have the Adobe XD. Some will be using this evening. Sketch, Adobe Illustrator, and so on. Prototyping. What is prototype? One way or the other, we know what the English means. Is a working model of an app or a web page. Like they tell you before you launch it, to tell you bring a prototype, something that works, that is related to what you are doing. Do you understand? So from wireframe to prototype, the first image to the left, it's a type of which type of wireframe? Low fidelity. The middle one, okay? The last one, clap for yourself. You are doing well. Don't clap, don't clap. You are not in primary school. Anyway, the lastly, when you get this thing, you can use this video to learn more about wireframing. Just a gentle introduction. Thank you and God bless you. I love you guys.